Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to F1 TS Hub. Thank you for joining us once again here at the Pinnacle tier, round 4. This time we're at Singapore, and once again I'm joined in the commentary box tonight by Jamie.
Good evening, everybody.
So, Jamie, Singapore, it's been the scene of many good races in the past here at F1 TS Hub. Certainly a really tricky circuit though, and I think there'll be a bit of tension out there tonight as the drivers head on track.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's such a long track, not so much in terms of distance, but in terms of lap time, and the race would typically last about 50 minutes plus. So there's a lot of capabilities for errors to be made, and the weather, it's a bit unknown around here. We may get rain, we don't know.
Yeah, it's an absolute marathon of a race, isn't it? I know from when I was league racing in the past, you'd feel like you've been racing for what felt like an eternity, and you'd look up at the laps and you still have sort of 15 laps to go or something, and it really is a test of your endurance and concentration to be able to, you know, finish the race by keeping the car on the track, basically, with the walls lining everywhere. You can't make a mistake, and it is a test of mental endurance for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I've unfortunately never finished race this league. On season 8, I got involved in a bit of pile-up in turn lap 1, and last season I crashed in the pit lane halfway through, so I don't know the feeling of finishing the race around here. But you do, I believe you've won in all your starts in the league.
Yeah, I have at this track. I know, I think last time out it was super close. I won it by just a couple of tenths, I think, from Cliffy, I think it was, and Nick joining me on the podium. So I've definitely enjoyed success here, basically just by keeping it on the road and trying to keep it consistent. I know, as you mentioned, you've had your trials and tribulations with the pit lane, I believe. The pit entrance, was it, that caught you out the one time?
Yeah, I was slowing down for the line, and it was in the wet. And it was almost slicks changed to intermediate, so I just broke for the line. I should have taken the penalty in hindsight. I broke the line and just hit the wall, and there's not much I could do about it. It was a minor tap, but it tore my wheel off for some reason.
It's definitely a tricky pit entrance. I've seen many a driver, you know, go in there too hot and end up jumping over the curb on the right-hand side, and you know, either managing to return it to the pit lane or even have to go on for another lap if you misjudge it.
Yeah, as we see, one starting his flying lap. He's been a really good pace in practice, so maybe he could be the top of Ali Diaz.
Yeah, we'll see how he does. We know he's got good pace, but you know, we know he's had a few incidents along the way as well so far this season, but he definitely has got the race winning potential in him, I believe, and he absolutely needs to deliver this weekend if he wants to, you know, keep his championship aspirations alive, I think, really.
Races, so he'll be open for a win, and for Ali Diaz to have a bit of a difficult time. Hopefully maybe finish off the podium will be a good day for him, I believe, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, we will indeed. Ali Diaz, of course, you know, 3-time winner already, so he's got a perfect record so far this season. So he's sat there at the top on 75 points. His nearest rival at the moment is the Bugster on 51 points. So he's got a little bit of a cushion there, but this is one of the tracks that the drivers will be targeting that perhaps he could slip up on.
Yeah, definitely. There's all sorts of possibilities involved in instance. Yeah. As he sets a 1:37.6, which I believe to be told a really good lap time around here. So he's showing he's early on.
Yeah, he's got a good banker in there, and as you mentioned, that's what it's all about, and I think that's a pretty good lap time as well from what I've been hearing from the guys in practice. So yeah, good time on the board early on.
Lawrence, Carly Bloom, Stifler all setting times in 38s, and it's Stifler's birthday today, so we wish him a very happy birthday. Hopefully he can back his first points this season.
Yeah, happy birthday to him, and yeah, so hope he has a good race to celebrate it.
Yeah, Sam goes second on a 38 flat play with the Bugster just behind, so Sam, Bugster and Matt, they're all contenders for the title, and Mercedes, they'll be looking for a strong result to take the lead in the Constructors' title.
Yeah, they definitely will, and Sam, you know, looking to continue his great form from early on in the season. And you know, they're only 10 points behind Williams in the Constructors at the moment. I believe Williams are at the top there on 75 points, with Mercedes 10 points further back. So they're looking good. And yeah, Sam with a first attempt there as a 38-0.
Yeah, exactly. As Matty Daddy would believe, the reason why he's in the pitch is we believe he got a ban for last week, and what that incident was about.
Yeah, he did. He did get a ban there for the incident, quali ban for the incident with Kev last time out. There was a bit of argy-bargy going on there, and he, as he DNF'd, he's ended up with a quali ban for Singapore, which is a bit of a tough pill to swallow for him, obviously, because it can be, it's not the easiest track to overtake on, but it's a long race, as we mentioned before, and I'm sure he'll have plenty of opportunities ahead of him.
I think Matt's desperate for the race and get them help to score. So I don't think Winnie's be able to win it on either alone. He needs Matt helping out, ideally.
Yeah, I think he does. Your mic's cutting out a little bit for me, Jamie, so I don't know if you just want to unplug it and plug it back in, perhaps, or something.
Go, yeah.
So the Bugster, as we mentioned before, he's Ali Diaz's closest championship rival at the moment, so he's also got a decent lap on the board there with a 38-0, very close between these guys. We often don't see, that tighter spread here because it had been quite a long lap and quite a tricky lap as well. But very close at the moment between all the guys, really. And looks like most of the field have managed to get a decent bank lap in as well, which is crucial here.
Yeah, it is, and we've got just two separating Ali Diaz and Bugster, and fourth and a second separating the top seven, so it's looking like a tight grid at the moment, as we see Gaza, who's 3 seconds off the pace, but Gaza, I think his strengths in the race rather than qualifying is he tends to keep his nose clean, and I wouldn't be surprised if he scored more points in a chaotic race like this.
Yeah, I think quality isn't Gaza's priority, and it's proved the right way to go about it for him so far this season. We know we had a bit of a tough one campaign last time out, but he's looked pretty strong, especially in the races, as you say. He's just kept out of trouble and raced his race, and if you do that more often than not, you will come out of it with points, and so I'm sure he'll be hoping to do the same again here.
Yeah, exactly. I think Sam's crawling back to the pits on minimal fuel. He's leaving this very late, so yeah, you better hope we're not fuel, because with 4 minutes to go, this chance of a second run.
Yeah, the session just flies by, doesn't it? Again, because it's such a long lap, you don't get many goes at it. So the pressure's on all of the guys. Most of them obviously in the pits now, awaiting a second run. The Mercedes of Matt already out for his second attempt on his out lap. He's up there in 5th as well, so a strong showing so far for Mercedes.
Yeah, exactly. The top 10 at the moment below in the session is Wimmer on pole in 2nd, Sam in 3rd, Bugster in 4th, Matt in 5th, Lawrence in 6th, Cloudy Blue in 7th, Stiff 8th, Boff John at 9th, and Chopper at 10th.
Yeah, so
DNF in the session, so he must have got.
Yeah, he's DNF'd, as you mentioned. So most of the guys still in the pit lane, so they're all going to leave it till pretty late on to come out and do their second lap. I think I'd perhaps try and just do something a bit different to the others, so perhaps come out a little bit earlier just to guarantee yourself some clear space, so you can go into hot lap.
Maybe Pat's doing it now. He's about to start his flying lap now, so he'd be hoping for 1:37 here to get him on the front row.
Yeah, he crosses the start-finish line now to go onto his flying lap, and he's done what we say, he's timed it a bit differently to the others, and the Ferrari there at the pit exit, he doesn't get in his way, but it's just a little distraction. That's certainly happened to me in the past. You think you've planned it to come to run at a different time to your competitors, and then they pop out of the pits just in front of you as you start your lap.
He's at a bad location, that pit, because it sort of leads out onto where you can turn into turn 3, so it didn't affect him, as he's got a Force India ahead, so hopefully this Force India is an air around him.
Yeah, hopefully the Force India will get out of the way when he approaches.
He's in place.
It's a pretty tidy lap from him so far. We are running strict corner cutting here as well, I believe, so that's another thing to consider. You want to push as hard as you can, but you've got to be careful you don't exceed those track limits.
Yeah, exactly. That number 6 Matt's reminds me of Nico Rosberg. In
Yeah. Absolutely.
He's
So,
affected by the lap now, but it's difficult to let the car through in bottom here a little bit, but it's not an easy
this is
section to let the car through.
Yeah, the force injury does get out of the way, but I think that's, well, it's got a bit of distraction. It certainly looked from our view like it probably, probably cost some time there.
Got enough fuel for the second lap, but it's not ideal on the tyres, so let's see what this does for him. As it proves, but I think he stayed in the same position.
Yeah, he stayed in the same position. So all the big boys are out on circuit now. Ali Diaz there in second at the moment, so will he be able to take another pole position, or will Womet, as you mentioned, look good in practice? Will he or somebody else be able to keep him off that top spot?
Of course, we're poor match for the first season, and if you look at these so but there's two quickest drives in good lap for the Ferrari drive, 1:37.9.
And Chopper's binned it there. I just caught that one. I believe it was under the Anderson Bridge there.
Yeah.
And really, difficult bit of circuit. Was it Chopper? It was Ollie, was it, by the look of it?
Looks like Ollie and Choppers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously broke too late and just didn't get a wall. Very easy. Very inviting.
Yeah, it's one of the most tricky corners for sure. It's so easy to outbrake yourself, and you don't know whether to try and go straight on up the escape road or to try and make the corner. He obviously went to make the corner, but didn't quite work out for him, and his session's over.
Yeah, it looks like Matt's made a mistake in his second lap, and he's retired, so he won't do any better than sixth place on the grid. As Cloudy Blues moved up in the 7th place.
Yeah, and the time is ticking down, so all the drivers now on their final run.
It's just coming into the final few corners now, see if he'll improve.
And Womet sets a 37.6, so he's got 3/10 now to Ali Diaz there in second place. Yeah. So can the Williams driver respond?
Bugs to go second on a 37.6, only half a tenth behind Womet. So close yet so far, what Ali Diaz can do.
Wow, yeah, he's got it onto a provisional front row. Decent attempt there for him, and yeah, just a shy off being on that crucial pole position.
One more boost to 37.3, so yet again he's showing incredible pace. But let's see what Ali Diaz can do. He's the last guy who can challenge, I believe. He's gone second with a 37.4, so yet again it's a Womet Ali Diaz front row. As Gaza improves, fair play to Gaza. That's a really good lap from him.
Yeah, Gaza's got into the top 10. I'm sure he'll be pretty delighted with that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not far balls either. 9th, only thousandths.
Yeah, absolutely. So is that everyone completed their laps by the look of it?
Yeah, everyone's completed the Stifler pits. But there's a good lap from Stifler, I think, 4th place, so he's in a very good position to get his first points of the season.
Yeah, he is. He stuck it on the second row there, and you'll be pretty happy with that as well, I think. And pretty close to the drivers around him. He just pipped Sam there actually by a tiny margin. So Sam pushed onto the third row there in his Mercedes alongside his teammate there, I believe, as well.
Yeah, it's not ideal for their constructors challenge. The whole field by 1.8 seconds, which is around a track like this. It's very tight in the whole field.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, isn't it? And bodes well for the race ahead, I think. It looks like we're going to have competitive battles throughout the field.
Definitely. As you wait for the time to elapse, then, Jono, if you don't mind running through the order when that occurs.
I will indeed. Yeah, I will. So I'm not sure about the weather. We haven't heard, I don't think, yet whether we can expect any rain for the race.
No, I'd assume it's a dry
the drivers
race,
will certainly be hoping not, yeah. So, your qualifying results. So, LMC Womet on pole position there with a 37.3, followed by Ali Diaz. The Bugster in third, Stifler in fourth, Sam in fifth, Matt FNG in 6th, Lawrence in 7th, Cloudy Balloons in 8th, Oles in 9th, and Gaz rounds out your top 10. You've then got Nick in 11th, Bothy Dweller in 12th, Chopper 13th, King Don Martin 14th, Ollie 15th, and Matt Your Daddy there at the back because of his qualifying ban.
Very tight between 9th and 16th there, 3 tenths to a second, so that might be good to the mid-grid, back of the grid.
Yeah, that could be exciting, couldn't it? And it'll be interesting to see if Matt Your Daddy can make his way forward as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on him. We know he's usually got good pace, so he'll certainly be looking to make up positions.
I think for Matt Your Daddy, he just needs to keep it clean. Just don't do anything stupid, because he tends to make too many costly errors.
Yeah, he'll be definitely hoping to have a clean race here, but you know, so will everyone else. It's definitely one of the more tricky tracks for that to actually happen. But we shall see. I think there's, it's 23 turns here, I think, and 3.1 miles. So yeah, the drivers will be tested. That is for sure.
Yeah, it looks like a dry start, which is good to see. Wonder if everyone will go for the ultra soft shortly.
Yeah, we'll have a look at the tyre choices. See what those drivers outside of the top 10 have picked. So they've almost all gone for the ultras by the look of it, apart from Bothy Dweller in 12th there, and Matt starting from the back in 16th, obviously looking to do something a bit different and go long in the first stint.
Long first stint, yeah, definitely. What do you feel? How do you feel in the formation? Like, were you tense, or do you want to do a bit of practice start, or do you just want to go straight to the right?
Yeah, I used to just cruise around, to be honest. I used to quite enjoy it, just having a bit of a cruise around. I used to just chat to Nick, usually on the party chat beforehand. We just talk about what our plans were for the race, if it all went to plan, when we thought we might pit and what we thought we might do off the line. So just a bit of time to chill out after qualifying, because the car feels a lot different now, obviously on heavy fuel. So just adapting to that and just trying to relax and wait for the lights, really.
We took on fuel and just the soft tyres, we believe. For the actually, so we expect to see it around about 10 or 11 when the up two guys.
Yeah, I think it will be about that for the Ultra guys to pit. Your mic is still breaking up, Jamie. I don't know if you want to perhaps turn off your YouTube stream just to try, in case it's just the internet connection or something playing.
Oh, right, yeah.
Just to give it every chance, just before the race gets underway. So, yeah, I'm slightly surprised more that a few of the drivers outside of the top 10 haven't chosen a different tyre strategy. They've obviously all the number one way to go. Yeah, if you do run the soft tyre, of course, if you do get any damage then in the opening laps, it does really hurt your strategy. So it's even more important for Bothy Dweller and Matt Your Daddy to keep out of trouble and try and go long on those softs. If they lose their win early on, it really, really will hurt their chances.
Yeah, I believe that one of the tyres two stops. I feel a bit of luck there with land in the air, so hopefully that's a side coming no race.
So yeah, so the drivers are lining up on the grid now, taking up their positions. So yeah, Williams and McLaren there, front row. We don't see that certainly in real F1 very often anymore.
To the 80s and 90s, that throwback.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Renault there brings up the back of the field by the look of it. So it looks like we're ready to go. We'll await the lights popping up on screen, and we'll get the race underway. So here we go then. We've got one red light, and all 5 red lights, and the drivers are held, and the race is underway. And looks like the McLaren gets a good start, and the Williams and Red Bull will be side by side, but the Red Bull doesn't challenge there and slots in behind. All the drivers keeping it pretty tidy by the look of it at the moment, as they go through these tricky couple of first turns where you can easily get squeezed out of track. And they all now race down for the first time to turn 5, and then down the high-speed boulevard section. This will be a chance for some drivers to perhaps look to make up some early positions. And Womet continues to lead. Ali Diaz in second. And Mercedes still line astern as well in 5th and 6th there. And it looks like a pretty clean start, Jamie.
Yeah, I don't everybody. They kept it. And they've all got their front wing intact and they're fight for whatever position is all. Things have a bit more. There's not to be places. Start for Boffy Drill, 2 places. There's a position. Not much action in the first. Wait, let it occur.
Yeah, your mic is still cutting out for me.
I think it's my microphone. We'll get a new one anyway. I think it's my microphone.
Okay. Otherwise, you can only leave the party and rejoin or something like that. But otherwise, we'll have to put up with it, and I'll have to just do the majority of the talking, I think, unless it improves. So yeah, pretty status quo there. The whole top 8, by the look of it, are as they set off the grid. No real big losers or gainers. Bossy Dweller up 2 positions, so he's into 10th at the moment. Oles down to 12. So a few changes down the back of the field, but nothing very substantial. And a good opening lap from all the drivers. And Womet sets the early pace there. Fastest lap on the opening lap of the race. And 7/10 lead over Ali Diaz at the moment. The 3 times race winner already, as Nick picks up a 5-second stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane by the look of it. So yeah, to add insult to injury, is first lap pit stop turns into even more misery there with the time penalty. So yeah, what will Ali Diaz do here? How will he fare? Because we're used to him just pretty much leading from the off, but he finds himself behind McLaren now. So he has to prove that he can race within the pack for perhaps the first real time this season. So yeah, will he bide his time? Will he just go for an early move? We'll have to wait and see. And it looks like the 2 Mercedes have switched positions as well. So Matt up to 5th, Sam down to 6th.
Maybe Matt's got, or maybe Sam feels like Matt more stage in the race through to challenge.
Yeah, there's definitely working well as teammates, no doubt. And if you haven't got, if it looks like Matt might be quicker, you may as well let him go. There's no point ruining both the races trying to attack and defend the positions. You can always take the position back later if Matt doesn't go anywhere, but give him the chance to to see what he can do. And Stifler, the birthday boy, as well. He's there in 4th position, so good start to the race for the Ferrari driver as well. And quite impressed at the moment that the drivers are all keeping it very nice and tidy. I know it's early days, but I thought we might have seen a few more early incidents than this.
Yeah, I think they've been sensible. They in the race, so position at the moment, and then to see what happens around you as Kingdom Martin pit. He must just really pick up foot damage, and he has. Ollie as well.
Yeah, so we've had, it's all been good at the front, but we have had a few there at the back of the field who've had to make early pit stops for incidents. So, the Cyber driver pits for a new wing and a fresh set of tyres. So he will now be hoping for a safety car along with Nick. They will be hoping for safety cars now to bring them back into this race, otherwise they're a long way back from the rest of the field.
Looks like Lawrence in 7th place. He's got a good few laps. Change. It's very difficult round this track, but I think Sam's a bit early on his car.
Yeah, Lawrence really attacking Sam now, and Lawrence looked good last time out as well. I think he picked up a 6th place in Canada and finds himself in, I think, 7th in the championship so far as well. So Lawrence, good start to the season, as has Sam. As you mentioned, Sam perhaps struggling a little bit early on, but he's just got to keep it clean and tidy and drive to your pace here. It's important that you don't get sort of sucked into trying to overdrive to defend or drive quicker than you're comfortable with, because that's when the mistakes happen. You've just got to drive to a pace, that's for sure, around here.
An 8th I've got pushing out here. He's racing up the gap to a podium, so
So Womack sets another fastest lap, I think.
Looks like
He's had
Lawrence.
fastest laps every lap up so far.
Yeah, it's like Lawrence. The gap's still 7 tenths though, so Ali Diaz is keeping on DRS because it looks like Lawrence keeps getting his movement.
Yeah, Lawrence is tucked in right behind now, and he will have DRS. He's got it wide open. He looks to the right-hand side, but Sam defends that way, and Lawrence has to tuck back in behind. So can he keep patient?
Doesn't keep it going.
So yeah, he's having a good look, and he's really looking like he's going to challenge the Ferrari there. He's all over the back of him. That's got to be distracting for Stifler in his mirrors. You can see that Mercedes just weaving around behind him and trying to sniff out a chance of making the move. Will he get good traction out of there? He does, and they charge down this little straight section now. This can be an overtaking opportunity into here. He does go for it as well on the brakes, and nicely done. And they keep it like the wall. Will this give Sam a chance as well? He has a look, but no space there for him.
No, I think the swap was a good idea at Mercedes. Matt's got the move done now. He's let Sam have an opportunity here. So Stifler, he's still doing a good job, but he's struggling for race pace compared to these Magic competitors.
Yeah, it does look that way, and there's definitely a bit of a gaggle of cars here now, from Matt down to Lawrence, who's on the back of this pack now as well. Cloudy Balloons a further couple of seconds back, I think.
The DRS trend at the moment makes it even more difficult. You see, if your car head's got DRS, you're not getting much of a straight.
Yeah, that's right. They're all just struggling to find a way by. We'll mention Matt, your daddy, as well. We said we'd keep an eye on him, and he is up to 12th position, and he has kept, he's kept his front wing and intact on these early laps, and he's got some clear air now as well. It looks like to Oles in 11th. So yeah, we'll watch his progress and see now how far he can take those soft tyres.
Well, it's a game there, so as I think it's had an instant, it's yet again. So Nick, a good snatch for also.
Yeah, Nick not having a good time of it there at all, and gets another speeding in the pit lane.
The gap points down to 4 tenths, so Ali Diaz is starting to show his pace.
Yeah, he's closing in, isn't he? And Stifler has now fallen behind Lawrence and Sam by the look of it as well. I think by the look of it there.
He's got foot.
Yeah.
So he'd be struggling to steer as well. 8 play.
Yeah, I think Stifler with that wing damage is going to struggle so much. And Cloudy Balloons now all over the back of him, and look how quickly he's falling back from Lawrence there. So I think Stifler may well have to come in here as Nick DNF by the look of it.
Yeah, he's obviously had enough. He's lost it front when he tries to just way back. So will that bring out a safety car? It's not a huge surprise. See what tyres he goes on.
Yeah, we'll see what he decides to do. He's going for another set of ultras, I believe, is it? Or he's switched to supers
now, so he doesn't have enough tyre. It says ultras now, so.
Yeah, it's switching about for me as well,
and
so we will wait and see when he rejoins.
Rather than the pit box. There's a bit of a glitch there. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, we'll see what he decides to go out on when things settle down and he rejoins the circuit.
We've got field action with all the back of Boffin. He goes. Come on a little bit there, and he lets him back through. That was a bit of a. That was not on that move. He just cut the corner. If he let that stick, he'd have to give the place back because he gained an advantage. And he's let him through, which is good to see.
Yeah, definitely did the right thing there, didn't he? And Bocchizuelo in 9th as well on the soft tyre again. So the race will come to him later on if he can keep it all clean and tidy. So the two soft runners at the moment look to be having pretty good races.
The race, so they're looking with big gap. Not that many NFs or crashes, which is good to see. He seems quicker than Womack at this stage of the race, but he just can't find a way past. There's Bugster is hanging on 1.5 behind these two. Can't keep pushing.
Yeah, the Bugster is just about hanging on to the 2 cars ahead, isn't he? You've got Ali Diaz 6 tenths. It's virtually been even all race so far. It's been up to about 8 tenths and then down to about 4 tenths at one point. So it's difficult to know if he's actually got more pace than the McLaren at the moment or not, or whether you know, he's been towed along a bit with the DRS as well. It looks like they're pretty equal, I think. And the Bookster doing what he does as well, hanging on there in that podium position. And we know, you know, last time out of Canada, I think he was the only driver, one of 2 drivers, not to get any corner cut penalties. So I'm sure the Bookster will be looking to do the same again here.
Yeah. Both these drivers good taste in car number. They're both number. It's good to see a driver use that car number anyway.
Yeah. So Lawrence and Cloudy are still close on track. Sorry, Lawrence and Sam. Yeah. Lawrence continuing to push. He looks like he is slightly quicker than the Mercedes driver, but still trying to find his way through the field. And Matt has managed to break away now from Sam as well. We mentioned that they swapped positions, and Matt has broke away. So we'll keep an eye on the gap between him and the Bookster as well. And it looks like the podium tier race has finished as well, with Jaw taking the win by the look of it. So congratulations to Jaw on his first win at F1TS Hub. Yeah. So well done to him on conquering the streets of Singapore. So we'll look forward to seeing who joins him from the Pinnacle tier.
Yeah, that's good to see. Toro Rosso, my old team last season, get a win, so that's good to see as well.
Yeah, definitely. You always keep a bit in your heart, don't you, for the team you previously drove for.
McLaren as well,
so yeah, you're.
Team I used to drive for, and they've need this race, and they've yet to win a race in F1 tiers up incredibly, so they've got
we keep
race and B-Stas in the prestige tier, so surely it's going to happen.
Yeah, we keep thinking it's going to happen any week now, and so far Wommer is looking, you know, he's on course as things stand. Obviously a long way to go yet. We're only on lap 8 of this race, so a long way to go. But yeah, surely it's only a matter of time before McLaren do get their first win. And Ali Diaz now right, tucked in behind. He dives to the left and then to the right. A little bit of a dummy there. But yeah, he couldn't get the job done, could he? But will he have a look again into here? It's a bit tricky.
No, it's not going to happen here.
No, he thinks better of it, but he does look to be challenging, doesn't he? And I think the Bookster is getting drawn into this battle as well now, so perhaps one losing a little bit of pace, or the 2 are losing pace when they're battling side by side.
Yeah, as Kingdom Martin's retired, he crashed it on the exit of the tunnel section, so it's a shame for the Sauber driver though.
Yeah, it's all gone wrong for him. I think he had an early pit stop as well, didn't he, for damage, so not a good evening for him.
Stifler's in the pit, so good waste.
Stifler rejoins, so he's pitted again. So 2 pit stops already, so we're there in 4th early on, wasn't he? But all unravelled for him, as it so easily does here, and yeah, rejoins now in 14th on a set of softs.
Yeah, as his front face by in that window, but all in DRS. So Ali Diaz's job of attacking and enviable, especially the street circuit. Yeah,
how will the Booster manage with now he's joined this battle? Will he be more aggressive than Ali Diaz is so far? And will the sight of the Red Bull in the mirrors you know, encourage Ali Diaz to perhaps push that little bit harder for the overtake? He's been nice and sensible so far. But we enter the DRS zone once again on the Boulevard section here. And again, the Williams driver tucked right in behind the McLaren. So will he look to go to the inside again? I don't think he will this time round. And no, maintains position once again.
Go for it in this heck. Oh, we just... It's so Sam's gone and Lawrence stopped. So Sam's obviously trying to 2-stop and Lawrence the 1-stop.
Yeah, so reasonably early pit for Sam on lap, what was it? We're on lap 9 now. So yeah, how far will his teammate go? He continues onwards, and he's driving a good race so far. He's a few seconds back from the lead trio, but clean air around here is what you want. It's you're just less likely to make an error when you've just got clear track in front of you and you can just drive to to the pace that you know you can do.
It's in that range though, there's a bit of instant curve advantage, so keep out the just Gas looking very close to the place. Obviously, Gas Mulchers, I think we start to feel very second now. I think this might be from the lead.
Yeah, so it looks like Wommer has pitted, so he's the first to blink of the front three, and Sam picks up a time penalty as well. I think he had lots of time penalties at Canada, and he's picked up his first here. So the McLaren rejoins. It looks like he's on the softs, so he's doing the sort of strategy we expected. I think you mentioned before people will be pitting around lap 10.
He got in second place, I believe, just behind him. So Ali Diaz will hoping his teammate to alleviate the undercut.
Yeah, I think Wommer, although he's on the fresh tyres, he's going to be tucked up behind Matty Daddy pretty soon. He's obviously on those softs from the start of the race, so we'll expect Wommer to be a fair bit quicker than him at this point. So it'd be crucial for him to, to get by if he possibly can. We obviously don't know how much further Ali Diaz will go into the race. Will he react the next time round? I think all these drivers will be running max fuel now and trying to make the difference before they all make their pit stops.
Trying to alleviate that undercut as Gazza's tired but stays in place, so he's looking good for more points, Gazza.
Yeah, Gazza doing what Gazza does. Oh, as Stifler retires from the race. It looks like he's just retired in the pits. Yeah, it all went horribly wrong for him, didn't it?
Yeah.
And so yeah, 3 retirees so far. We've got Nick, Kingdom Martin and Stifler have left us, but we've still got 13 drivers on the circuit.
Still got a bit of the penalty there, but he's in the pits now, so it'll be interesting where he comes out in relation to Wimmer and Stat as well. So that one could be for him. Yeah,
so what will happen here, and the Bookster of course has gone a lap longer, so the Bookster will be looking to attack later in the race on fresher tyres by the look of it. So we'll keep an eye on the Williams exiting the pit lane now. Where will he rejoin? Here comes Wommer by the look of it. Tucked right in behind Matty Daddy, as we mentioned. This could work out badly for him. And they're going to be...
Oh, that was tight. That was very tight. But Nick, enough lap that, and he would have been struggling, I think.
Yeah, that undercut, it nearly backfired there on the McLaren. And he's right up behind Matty Daddy now. He moves to the outside. He looks like he should have the job done here. He'll now have the inside for the braking zone. And on those fresher tyres, he gets the job done nicely. And now it is on Ali Diaz to, of course, try and make the same manoeuvre. And
that's tight.
Yeah, I think Matty Daddy looks like he was actually moving out the way, I think, to let his teammates through. But there was a little bit of contact, and Ali Diaz touches the wall there as well with his right rear tyre. So a little bit scrappy there from him, but he has got through.
Yeah, back on the back of Dad now. So. I used to hate this when I was on. Oh, Sam's got one damage.
Sam, yeah, he got caught out there by how early Matt was braking, just due to the grip difference on the tyres. Sam obviously on those fresh ultras, and he has picked up wing damage. I don't think it's too severe. I don't know whether he'll try and carry on with that. I guess to make the strategy work, he'll need to try and go at least a little bit longer.
So much time in pits now, so he might as well. But
you could just see that understeer though.
Yeah, but this game's stupid with wind damage. It's unrealistic. If you lose a tiny place, you get chronic understeer, which isn't right and needs fixing in a new game.
Yeah, it's definitely overdone. You see how much Sam is having to lift, and this is where you can end up easily crashing out of the race here, because you can get caught out and just understeer into a wall really easily. So I guess, like you mentioned, he's got to carry on for strategy, but it is risky to push when the wing's damaged.
He's on it higher, so he should be quicker, but he's losing pace definitely. Yeah, and as Wommer's got a 3 second Diaz. So he did a better job of getting past Matty Daddy than Ali Diaz did. As Sam's going to go...
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Sam's looking around the outside here. I think he is clear, and he will take the position. So, how will he fare now with that wing damage? Will he still be able to pull away from the cars behind?
Yeah. I believe what Sam will do here is he'll take another few laps and he'll pit for the supers. So he'll be quick at the end, but he's going to lose so much time compared to the likes of Wommer and Ali Diaz and his teammate. As Stifler's We've got a safety car. Oh dear.
Oh, that's from
no.
Stifler leaving the session, I presume.
And that's given a huge advantage to the Buster. So he's going to pit and
Yeah.
come out in the lead. And Waffle Dweller as well. He's going to benefit from this. He's on some soft tyres. So there's always get to drive through penalty. Speed
Oh, speed on the safety car. As we mentioned, Boffy Dweller here is going to take the lead of the race, I would imagine, after this. Yeah. And, you know, going longer, it is often a viable strategy on a street circuit because you never know when there will be a safety car that can work in your favour. And it's done just that for him here.
Bet he can't leave his lucky. He must be.
Yeah, definitely. We'll keep an eye on Sam and see if he decides to pit.
Super softs there. I think that's baffled. I thought he'd go on the softs there. When you get them to the
yeah,
end.
he's gone super soft.
Unless he's wearing a glitch where he can go on whatever tyre you want.
And Sam has done what I thought he might. He has decided to pit and get that front wing changed.
They're all going for fresh
and take the chance.
Also, he'll get track position, will he? No, Bugs Matt's in second place, but he's on warm softs, so he might struggle on the restart.
Yeah, Ali Diaz changing his wing in the pits as well, so where will he rejoin? And Matty Daddy's stuck behind him queuing. So Matty Daddy, although he's managed to go to the safety car, yeah, he'll still get a slow pit stop, so some of that advantage there that he gained has just slipped away.
Yeah. I think he's lost the place to Cloudy Blue. He had no the place because of that though, so because the two guys ahead they did pit, so still.
Yeah, we've got Gaz currently in third as well, obviously continued. And the Bugster, as we mentioned, is in the lead of the race on the super softs. So the Bugster are sitting pretty there after that. We'll have to keep an eye now. Will this be a safety car glitch until the end of the race? Will we keep getting these?
Yeah.
Only time will tell. And as Matt there nearly running to the back of the Bugster behind the safety car as well. We've seen it so many times. Drivers just get a little bit caught out and very easy to pick up wing damage under the safety car. And easy to pick up a drive-through as well, as Oles did, I believe. And as I've done in the past, I think at Spa I managed to do that as well, and yeah, pretty depressing when you manage to do that.
You can't do it behind the safety car, so he effectively when the safety car comes in, so he's 8 places out the window now. He's going to drop to the back of the field.
Yeah, as you say, he's going to actually rejoin in last position, no doubt, after he takes his drive-through. He's just got to sit and wait for the safety car to come in and then pit again, so yeah, really bad there for the Haas driver.
So we'll just have a quick how many pits done. So the front 4 have done 1 stop. Matty Diaz have done 2. All in Matty Diaz Chopper have done 2 stops.
And Oles does pit now as well, so pitting for a new set of tyres, I guess. As he then cuts across the curb and continues, so I'm not sure what was going on there. It didn't look like he was going too quick to make the pit. A bit of an odd one there from him.
Spin there. I don't know if you can bother the whole.
I'm not too sure, so I'll give you a quick rundown of the positions anyway, as we're behind the safety car, and everyone, I believe everyone who's going to pit under this safety car has now made their pit stop, so the Brewster leads now for Red Bull, followed by Matt FNG. Gaza in third at the moment, hasn't stopped yet of course, along with Boffy Dweller. Wommer in 5th, so yeah, he's lost out big time to the Brewster there in that lot happening. Sam in 6th, so he's managed to get his wing replaced and slot back in 6th, so Sam, safety car worked out well for him as well. Ali Diaz in 7th, so another big loser really under that safety car, and all that hard work those front 3 did early on is gone. Cloudy Balloons driving a decent race so far in 8th position, still in that sort of mid-pack with Oles in 9th, Matt Your Daddy in 10th. Look, he just jumped ahead of Lawrence there, and Lawrence is now running to the back of him. So
yeah, that's decent.
Yeah, there's some decent going on there.
I saw
big time.
senior formation lap, so I'm pretty sure that was Lawrence there, so I can't get away from that view.
They're currently bouncing around all over the place. So yeah, Chopper anyway in 12th and Ollie in 13th at the moment. So that's your running order on lap 14 of this race. First safety car of the day caused by Stifler, well, DNFing and then leaving the session, I believe.
Coming in this lap, the red light's just gone out, so be interesting.
Okay.
In this restart, you just see if Matt on them one tyre struggles here.
Yeah, it's going to be very frustrating, I think, for the likes of Wommer and Sam and Ali Diaz, who are on the fresh tyres but have not got track position. No. So how quickly can they make their way through? As the Boogster backs the pack up, now lets the safety car go, so Matt waits to pounce. The Boogster's gone though early by the look of it before they get to the final corner, and a good getaway by the Boogster.
So you see a Ferrari going wide there, that must be Fidrella, as him and Wommer are going side by side. Wommer gets the move done into turn 1. Fidrella keeps it on the outside, but surely he'll have better traction coming out the corner here, and he does.
Oh, and they're still side by side, and the Ferrari driver sticks it back up the inside.
Banging wheels here. Oh, the Clyde and Fidrella's got wing damage, and yet another incident for Wommer. Oh dear.
Wommer once again.
He's got wing damage as well, so I think that stupid fix.
What's your views on that? What do you think anyone was to blame for that, or was that a racing incident?
It's hard to tell, I think. It's hard to tell. On board with Wommer then, it looked like he was around the outside going to that corner there, and they just tried to touch wheels, and I think maybe Fidrella maybe didn't give enough room, but it's hard to tell. We need Fidrella's perspective, I think, before I can.
I agree. I couldn't really tell from my view either, and such a difficult corner to go side by side. It was good driving from the two of them until that point, and I think probably just a little bit of contact, just perhaps just first thoughts, it looked like a bit of a racing incident to me.
And I think she'll be praying for this safety car glitch to come out now, because they're both going to have to pit because they've got quite severe front wing damage. As Wommer gets a time penalty for corner cutting as well.
The Ferrari driver, both got left side wing damage, and look at the gap already to Ali Diaz there. 4 seconds in less than a lap, so it's just crazy how much time they're losing. The understeer, and he's touched the wall again there, and I think he's going to pit straight away there, and he does, so Wommer is unleashed. And
Lawrence as well, so maybe he picked up wing damage too. Bit of a messy restart there as all his drive-through, presumably.
Yeah, that was really messy, wasn't it? As you say, Lawrence as well, another driver who was having a good race there, has had to make a pit stop. But all good for the Boogster at the front, and of course all that chaos behind is good news for the likes of Gaza and Matt as well, who are obviously on their older tyres. Gaza now coming under pretty severe pressure though from Sam there in the Mercedes, and how long will Gaza go on these ultras?
Yeah, I think he pitted just for the safety car to take the ultras on. So they've got some life left, and as Sam is looking a bit frisky here, he's got the onboard overhead view. Great shots around the Marina here. Yeah,
definitely some great camera views to be seen at the circuit on the broadcast view. Get some great shots of the cars under the lights. Obviously Gaza, like you say, he's got reasonably fresh tyres on at the moment, but obviously Sam on those softs will be, I guess, looking to go to the end from here. So it'll all depend on whether we do get a safety car glitch, I guess, as well, to open up strategies.
Sam wants to get this move done pretty quickly. You don't lose track of the front. We're starting to pull away a bit now. Ali Diaz as well. He's for him at the moment. He's lead, but with the lead, he's going to lose points here, so he'll be trying to alleviate as many points as possible.
Yeah, he will. Ali Diaz not exactly, pushing Sam too much at the moment, so perhaps he's just saving a bit of fuel at the moment and just keeping it tidy, because at the end of the day for him, it's not the end of the world if he doesn't win every race. He's already got a bit of a points buffer, so just picking up the points if you can't always get the win is going to be crucial for him.
Looking good for fourth place at the moment, points, which is not good with that in a season like this. As Sam, another safety car.
We get a safety car, yeah.
That's what we're looking for, I think, to pit his front wing, and and it's occurred now. There's Lawrence Cloud in Knowles react immediately. Oh, this is just ridiculous at times. It offers good racing, but issues like this, they're unacceptable in my view, and they need to be resolved in the next game.
Yeah, I agree. We all want to see the safety car used because, you know, like you say, it can spice up the racing. It can give you a chance to get back into the race if it hasn't gone your way. But yeah, glitches like this, honestly, they shouldn't be in the game this far from release. But we are stuck with it now for this race at least. And so, yeah, we'll have to see how it works out. It'll give us plenty of action on the restarts anyway, if nothing else, from what we saw from the first one there.
I wonder if so go again, so see again, cause he's only used Matt to get to drive through penalty for speed and safety.
Oh no.
In the race. Oh, what a shame. He was another thing that helped.
Yeah, that has ruined Matt's race pretty much, and Matt enters the pit lane now as well, bouncing over the curves as we've seen others do already, so at least he gets it stopped for the speed limit okay. I think pretty much any set of tyres will get you to the end from here if you choose to. The fact that every 3 laps now we're going to have probably 3 laps under the safety car just cruising with virtually no wear.
What's going on? Fortuitously changes so on the
so Matt rejoins on, by the look of it, he's on the supers, so you know I'm sure he'll be attempting to go to the end from there if he possibly can. And Womet rejoins as well. He's on the ultras this time out by the look of it, so he's repaired his front wing. Boffy Dweller as well in 8th position. He's on the super soft. We've got mix of tyres, but most of the field going for a set of supers at this stage in the race by the look of it. And then we'll be now chasing the safety car back down, ready for the next restart.
Yeah, there's the front 4 drivers, tyres, also ping pong, yes, just to see it at the end. And
yeah, so at this point, while we've got a little moment before the restart, we'll mention that if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to us here on YouTube. It helps us out. If you like what you're seeing and you want to get involved, you can head over to the website, which is www.f1tshub.com. And of course, you can also follow us on all your social medias, on your Twitter and your Facebook and your Instagram. So just about everywhere. So yeah, join us and get involved.
Good commute. Also, to see you on track. You've got a very long wait. You have to wait your time, but there's always seats that open, especially on the season.
Yeah, definitely get on the waiting list, and your time will come, that's for sure. So safety car goes around for at least 1 more lap. So the booster will be planning his restart, you know, what best way to go about it. He's got Sam behind him on the harder compounder tyre, so that will definitely work in the booster's favour. So he'll be looking to, you know, to pick his spot. It seemed to work out pretty well on the last restart to go just before the final corner. So he might be looking to do that again. I believe he's one of our race premium drivers as well, so all going well for him so far. And Mr. Podium specialist will be looking to get a win here, but obviously a long way to go, and with all these restarts there's so many things that can go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. It's sounds like a job now. We've got one, you know, that's the place. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, I think every driver has got a chance pretty much of actually winning this race at the moment. cloudy balloons a long way off the back of the field at the moment, but he's charging to catch the pack up before the restart. But everyone else, of course, they're still in with a shout here of picking up any sort of result. So yeah, with 19 laps done and it's still all to play for. And you know, the likes of Womet, who has gone a little bit sort of wrong for there through that section with the wing damage, he's still in with a shout of the win. He's got the pace, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of opportunities yet.
Yeah, so we've gone board, but just need the safety car coming. People know around this corner, I believe, and I'd like to still on, so we've got another lap behind the safety car. That'll to back.
Yeah, he'll be able to catch back up. But yeah, another lap. It seems like the stewards are a little bit slow here to clean the damage up. In fact, the damage looks to be long gone. So perhaps Charlie Whiting's just gone off for a cup of tea and has forgotten to call the safety car back in. So we will go around for another lap.
Listen up if you believe in safety cars in real life. So hopefully final one, because this is pretty tedious at the moment.
Yeah, we've waited for a long time for a safety car in this tier, and it looks like we're going to be getting plenty now with 11 laps still to go. I think with the glitching effect, we're going to get at least 2 or 3 more after this. So yeah, a bit annoying, but it will give us some excitement in 3-lap bursts. But not good for the drivers as well. They've practiced all week and they just want to be out there just racing their strategies and doing their thing, and not nice for them to have to keep dealing with restarts and all the chaos that's going on around them.
Yeah, exactly. And job this game does that. It seems to be now.
I expect to see a safety car in this lap, I would certainly think.
Just don't get a message on our broadcast, so we have to stay on board with leader to see.
Yeah, that's another thing there for the Codemasters boys and girls to add to the next game if possible. We'd like to be able to see on the broadcast weather conditions and yeah, when the safety car's coming in, just give us a little bit more information. So yeah, we've still got 11 laps to go of this race. I mean, it's a long race anyway, even at normal racing speed, but it's going to be extra long with all these safety cars. So yeah, the Prestige tier will be getting underway shortly as well. So there will be plenty of action still to come on F1 Hit TSF tonight.
Go on board your bugs to see how his reach. Sam can shape.
Yeah, the Bookster dropping back from the safety car, so will he go at the same sort of point that he did before? He went about halfway down this little straight section before turn 23, so he's up to the 50-metre board now. Will he go as he did before? Oh no, we're still a corner before, aren't we? He went just before the final corner before, I believe it was.
Quite. You don't leave it like this time. I believe he'll come out chicane, I believe he'll go for it.
Alright, we'll have a look then and see what he does. So he's still weaving. And away he goes. So he did the same again. Sam stuck with him pretty well, but you can see he had less grip there on that final corner, just with the tyre difference, I believe. So decent start from the Bookster. So we'll keep an eye down the rest of the field as well, see if it's clean. And looks like Womet has got past Gaza, so he's up into 6th position, and everyone else cleanly through by the look of it. So Ali Diaz, he goes down the inside of Sam. I think he's braked a little bit late though, and he certainly has indeed. And Sam regains the position. And oh, very close there behind. A few drivers having a look, but I think everyone virtually followed line of stern there in the end. But Womet looking like he means business here, and all over the back of Matt at the moment.
So the race wasn't out yet if you get past these too quickly. It looks like Chopper's
yeah, Chopper in 4th position as well. He's sort of come up from
two
nowhere.
Reynolds, it's a good race. So
Yeah, he finds himself in fourth, which I don't think he'd have been there. Oh, as I say that, he loses the rear. He was lucky there to have that pointing in the right direction. I think the little tiny contact with Matt in the Mercedes actually sort of straightened the car back up for him, and he's able to continue. 2 positions lost, but it could have been an awful lot worse there for him. As Matt hit, so that frees 1 minute up.
You got to be aware about that. It's half depending on the game. There's Cloudy Balloons pits as well.
Yeah, Cloudy Balloons in the pits as well.
Diaz in the over the back of Sam.
Yeah, he is all over the back of him now, so he'll line him up. Will he have another go? Outbraked himself last time round. I think he might be a little bit too far back. And yeah, Sam doesn't need to defend that one.
DRS next lap, that'll be his chance.
That'll be his chance. He's on the quicker tyre as well, and the Bugster already got that gap out to 1.1 seconds, so Adi Diaz needs to make this work next time round, as you mentioned, if he can, before the next safety car comes out.
I think, yeah, Bugster's on pretty worn supers though, so he might be a bit vulnerable if Adi Diaz can get back. Sam's doing a good job defending here, you have to say. He's putting his cars all in the right places as he thinks we're moving the hairpin. As
yeah, the hairpin is so tempting.
To Wimmer again, it's a great restart. You have to.
Yeah, and Wimmer on the ultra softs as well, so he's going to be the quickest of these 4 drivers. You would think. Big gap now to Chopper, already 3.3 seconds back. As Sam picks up another time penalty though.
Yeah. It looks like.
Sorry.
Alex. Chance now. DRS. Put down the second zone and just move to a curve. There's a bit of a tank sack.
He did, and I think in the practice race yesterday we saw a driver or two lose it completely there over that curb. So Adi Diaz doesn't get the best of exits there, and actually looks like Wimmer is more likely to be in an overtaking position on those ultra soft tyres, so he will have DRS and he opens it. Ali Diaz though of course will have it off the back of Sam as well. That's going to neutralise things.
Oh no.
And we have another safety car. So
just disappointing.
This will be our last one, I believe. If we have this for about 26 or so, then 5 laps remaining. So yeah, will the safety car come out with only a lap or 2 to go?
Yeah, Chopper gets drive-through penalty and he's in such a...
Oh, what a shame for him.
That Delta, very strict and giving a
It's super strict, and he gained so much under the safety car to be up there in 5th, and now it's all going to come crashing down around him. But Gaza will benefit from that, and the other Renault. So it's not all a loss for Renault, because Gaza will move into the top 5 there at that point.
So another result like this, moving up into the top 8, I believe. So showing his race, they're almost.
So one driver that will be glad of this is Matt from the other Mercedes. This will allow him to close back onto the field, and Cloudy Balloon's way off the back of the field once again. So
messy race,
yeah, I think he was something like that the last time round as well. So these are definitely. Has he just got another speeding? Would he have to serve those back to back, or I'm not sure. I've never seen somebody get 2 at once.
That far.
So in the pits we have Lawrence, Oles, Chopper, Matt your daddy has just rejoined, is he? I'm not sure, but yeah, we've got a few drivers in the pits anyway.
Matt G's moved place, so we'll be right back in there. Oh, FNG, Matt FNG.
Oh, Matt FNG.
Yeah, Matt Daddy got to break his point streak. Gaza, he's going to be in net 4th place here.
Wow, that's impressive stuff from Gaza at the moment. And Matty Daddy's starting from last as well. He's this messed up race has been a good thing for him. He's up in sixth on the set of ultras, so he's got a lot to play for as well.
Anyone could win the race.
Yeah, literally anybody can win this. I mean, the Bookster, I mean, he's obviously in prime position, and his restarts have been good at the moment. I think Sam, maybe, you know, he's probably regretting being on those soft tyres, to be honest, because it's just not giving him the grip he needs on the restarts to challenge.
As well, so he's pretty feel like a big thing. So. Unless he can have a super like, final stint without the wide clear men tyres.
Yeah, I don't think fuel will be an issue for any of the drivers as well with all these safety cars. I think it'll be absolute rich to the max when they do get back underway again.
We'll all put at least one lap, so fuel is not an issue.
Yeah, they'll be able to do what they want. So, by the field, it's just going to be crazy on this restart, I think. And as we get towards the end of the race now, I mean, this is it. You know, this is your chance to make up the positions, and lots of ultra soft mixed in with super softs as well. And Sam now the only driver left on the soft tyre.
I think he's pretty sure on tyres. I don't think I've got on much track. It's almost 60 out there, so got to be careful. Every time I go on board this side, he seems to be back and forth.
Yeah,
so
he's got to be. Sam's got to be careful he doesn't damage his front wing or anything. Just keep to the side of the car in front. I think it's always a good idea. Don't run directly behind because you never know what's going to happen with this game. Although Sam hasn't got much choice at the moment. He either runs into the back of the safety car or the Bookster. So yeah, pick your best of the evils there. But we know that Sam has got at least 2 time penalties.
Looks past the car, they've let him back through, so maybe he's trying to go a bit there, but
with the field being so close as well, any time penalties that drivers have could drop them like many positions come the end of the race.
Yeah. I'd like to keep that surprise at least 2, so that'll be up the way down outside the podium. So maybe a safety car, you never know.
Yeah, I mean Sam will be hoping this is the last safety car of the race so that he's got a chance of gapping some of the drivers ahead, or he could end up falling way down with the penalties.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on those safety car lights, but I think based on previous runs through this, we might have one more lap yet, I believe, behind the safety car.
So what he starts
on the lights. Yeah. So the Bookster backs it up again, so we know where he decides to unleash it from the previous 2 attempts. So will Sam be wise to that this time? Will the Bookster do something different, or will Sam, you know, anticipate it a little bit better? We know he'll go through under the Anderson Bridge here, follow it right down, let the safety car get ahead, and then as they exit that last chicane, the Bookster's done a couple of weaves and then gone on the previous 2 attempts. So what will he do this time? Will he do the same again?
Oh no, he can't.
So Sam lost 2 positions there by the look of it.
He's can't. So it's a bit baffling. That put that third and one because of these 3 drivers.
Yeah, one looking.
Sam's left the session.
Sam's left the session. Oh, gutting. That's gutting for him. Wummer is, yeah, he's tucked in right behind the Williams here. But again, Williams defends, and I don't think Wummer's got anywhere to go. So he tucks back in behind again. All this every time just helps the Bookster. He's just at a decent pace, just to maintain that gap. And battling behind them as Sam rejoins, but of course because of the safety cars at the back of the field.
So it'd be pretty for another safety car, just stick a fresh set of, but I think that no safety car, it's too late. This is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then one, but he's got his kick around here.
So close in all these drivers, and Matty Daddy as well is tucked in right behind Gaza and looking to get fourth place out of this race. Gaza, who's driven brilliantly so far, can he keep it tidy and hold
so it's going to be pressure.
Matt back? And ooh, a little cut there, I think, from Womer as well. I think he's just trying everywhere he can to line. Oh, and Diaz up, and he gets such better entry into the last corner. Will he go for a dive here? I think he might have to go for this here. And he does send it down the inside, and Ali Diaz, though, holds it right on the outside, pretty much off the circuit. But he does hold on to that position. I think he had, I don't know if he had all wheels off the circuit there or not, but I think he had pretty much no choice as well. So Womer tucked in again. So here we go.
See how much Ali Diaz is struggling at this moment. Sure, this move's going to happen ASAP. Next lap of DRS, that's when it's going to happen. I think as he goes on the outside, but it's going to be at the left back rim there. Nobody holds it. He's going to go to the inside line for this hairpin. Big touch.
This could be contact here.
And he's through. Yes, through.
Oh, and he is through. He gives space to Ali Diaz there on the inside in the next corner, and Womer gets the position. So he's now, well, he's only going to have a lap or two, isn't he, before the next safety car if we have another one.
I almost hit the wall there. He'll be seeing the full course of this McLaren.
Yeah, can he make a dent on the booster? We know he's on the quicker tyre. We know he looked really, really quick early on. So 1.5 second gap at the moment. Ali Diaz, I mean, third would do him nicely, to be honest, from a championship point of view. And Gaza still holding on to that fourth position, and Matty Daddy 6/10 back, so not able to make it stick yet. But as you mentioned, DRS next lap might be these guys' opportunity.
Yeah. Matty Daddy looked good there, but it always gives Gaza a bit of leeway. The gap's 2 seconds, still not enough for DRS, but slowly decreasing as Sam is left again, so must be happy next year.
Womer is pushing super hard. I think he was
he's
completely off the circuit again.
He's in DRS, so not you.
Yeah, down to 9/10, so he is super quick at the moment, absolutely full on attack, and the safety car comes out.
So will we finish right behind the safety car?
Well, we might have one racing lap at the end, do you think, if we have 3 laps behind it now?
This is all different one lap. So we don't know I'm surprised because any graphical with this race now. Bugs don't really want supers between hands, but he hasn't had to pit because the safety car keeps heading out.
Yeah, the safety car's just allowed him to sit there. Feels like he's been in the lead for a long while now, since that first safety car gave him the advantage to leap into the lead. But if there is a restart, you know, you'd fancy Womer to have a go at this. He's looked mega quick on those ultras.
He was giving everything, just one bit down, he was leaving no corner unpaired there. So he'll be looking for the comeback drive after his incident with Bostrello, which I'm pretty sure will be in the stewards. So that'll be some work for this weekend.
Yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance of that. And Cloudy Balloons as well is up in...
Oh no,
no, I don't think he has.
He was going to
didn't like it there.
Doing a dummy there, which old, but...
Yeah, Cloudy Balloons is up into 9th, so after being about 30 seconds behind the pack twice, he's managed to get himself ahead of obviously Sam due to his disconnection, and Chopper and Lawrence as well.
I wonder if Sam realised to rejoin the session and not leave anything. I wonder if he realised he's probably just turned the game off in frustration.
I don't blame him for being frustrated. It was all going swimmingly for him.
Looks as the pause menu, so what's happened there is...
Yeah.
Which... I'll do that here in the same one.
was when Woman goes through, we have to let him back again. So again, that might be the stewards because he's not got a penalty there, Woman. Yeah.
Yeah, Woman did quickly concede the position back again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
bit
ideal.
naughty, that.
To, yeah, you shouldn't really be entering the pause menu at any point. It just gives you more chances of trouble. And
yeah, but Woman did
well,
a job
currently
there.
under AI control as well, I think, and Matty Daddy as well.
Woman did. He was aware of the situation.
Yeah. So let's just hope now that the safety car does come in before the end of this race. We would love to see one more flying lap.
I doubt it. It will be next lap finish. Final lap. I won't be surprised if he leads on this. Oh, it's this lap. So
it's coming in.
That's good to see.
That's good for us. We're going to have 2 laps of absolute attack here from everybody. All to gain. All to lose as well, I guess, if you're at the front, but all to gain for everyone else, so we will see.
Woman's now in the... He needs on fresher tyres, so I expect Woman to get a better here than Buster, so... We go for the same strategy though, of the restart in the final corner, which I think is a bit risky, but it seems to pay off every time.
It does seem to pay off. Of course, Sander was on the slower tyre, so will it work so well with Womet on the better tyre? So here we go. One was on the curb, and I don't think that was ideal. It hindered his getaway a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Buxer's clear, but I think
could restart again.
Do that. Oh dear, maybe if to do that. That'll make it all take a bit more tricky. I think we've got a chance here.
Womet is tucked right in, isn't he? So this may be a good opportunity for him. He gets a good line through there. I don't know if it's not going to be enough though. I don't think, is it? He's tucked in, but it's not going to be enough. Too far back.
He might have to go, I'll attempt to go for back here. It's fine if you're laps, but he thinks better of it.
Yeah, he's got one more attempt, doesn't he? So I don't blame him for just waiting to that last lap.
All supers here, so he'd be struggling for grip, but he's got the track position, which is what you need.
Yeah, track position is everything, and he's driving really, really well. So he's just got to try and do it for 1.5 more laps. Womet will feel he deserves this one, I'm sure, after a brilliant qualifying, and you know he'll be thinking that that's his position rightfully. If it wasn't for the damage he suffered earlier. Matty Daddy's still pushing Gaza as well. We'll keep an eye on that one as well. See what happens.
Gaza's good at avoiding penalties, so you never know. He might sneak on here, which would be a great score for the winner driver.
So they come under the Anderson Bridge then for the penultimate time. So we're about to have a 1-lap shootout for the win here between Womet, by the look of it, and the booster Ali Diaz doesn't quite look to have the pace.
Oh, he's got here, I think.
Oh, he's lost it!
He's lost it! Oh.
And he's DNF'd again.
Looks like he guys came together there. He lost the win, looked like.
Gaza is on the podium at the moment, we have to mention.
But it's not having any luck this season.
I think he was just being so aggressive there. He was tucked in right behind the bookster, as I guess he needed to be to try and make a move into turn 1, but he just got too close and just lost the car, and in the wall it went. And Ali Diaz gifted second position there by the look of it as well in that.
Again, this is transport. Yes, to play. Did him books I was bored with the, I didn't really feel, is it just, you just lose it? It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell. I felt that he just lost it.
Oh, he's having such a good race as well, and he's dropped it.
Oh, what a shame on final lap of the race, and yeah, what a time to lose it. What a shame for him. Yeah. And he falls down to 9th, but the bookster now comes into the final sector for the final time, and it looks like he has done enough. So he's just got to keep it tidy to his final chicane. He takes no chances, just touches the curves, avoids that one completely. And he's already weaving, comes around the final corner. And the Bookster takes the win in Singapore, followed by Ali Diaz in second, and Gaza takes a fantastic third position. And Cloudy Balloons in fourth by the look of it. So from nowhere he's got fourth. And
Matty Dad, point. Last laps.
No. Yeah, Lawrence was 3 wheels on his wagon.
Sam 11th is close.
Wow, so what an exciting race that made. The safety cars might have added a little bit of chaos. We might have had one or two too many, but it definitely gave us some exciting action, and before that as well, you have to say.
Exactly.
And fantastic win by the Bookster, and well deserved as well, and just what he needed for his championship. That's 7 points gained over his rival, and Womer with that DNF there, it's going to be a tall order now for him to come back.
7 races left. 8 races left. Just 8 races left. 8 races left. One way to come back.
Yeah, 8 races.
So McLaren way again. It looks like it was dirt at first, didn't Carson instant off Drella, sort of left him in that lurch.
So I will take you through the results. So the Bookster takes the victory. Ali Diaz in second. Gaza takes third. Cloudy Balloons in a miraculous last couple of laps there to come up to fourth.
Good result.
Matt FNG in the Mercedes in fifth. Ols in sixth. And then we've got Lad Stroll there in the Williams in seventh, which is Matt Your Daddy. Lawrence in eighth. Bossy Dweller in ninth. Chopper in 10th. And unlucky Sam there in 11th.
Yeah. That's hurtful to Mercedes constructors' hopes as well. They're looking good for double podium at one stage, but they only back a 5th place.
Yeah, definitely. It's a real shame for them. But wow, that delivered a great race, you have to say.
Yeah.
Lots of exciting battles up and down the field, and Gaza, Ali Diaz, and the Bookster avoid any penalties as well, by the look of it. So well done to them on that.
Race was that race over the hour limit, so very long race tonight.
It certainly was a very long race, but thank you very much for joining us, everybody. If you haven't already, then switch over to the Prestige tier right now on this channel and check out all the action from that tier. So yeah, from Jamie and I, thank you very much for watching. We will see you at 8 PM next week. For round 5 of the season for Australia, is it next week?
Yeah. Goodbye.
Favourite of mine. I always enjoyed driving that one, and always delivers us good races again. And I think we can well see a bit of Turn 1 contact there as well. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody, and thank you, Jamie. And we'll see you next week.
Good night.